Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Denise, this is Dear Designs, and this is podcast number, I haven't got a clue. Right, so I'm going to get back into podcasting because I really do miss it. So I'm going to give this a name of some sort. I don't know what yet. But yeah, I'm going to get back into podcasting. I really do miss it and I really enjoy watching other people's podcasts. And it's not a podcast where it's strictly this. Sometimes it could be really random, which today I think I've got a lot to talk about. I've got all my projects on the table here. I've also got some blocked projects that you haven't seen yet, that or you haven't seen blocked. You've seen them finished, you haven't seen them blocked. But anyway, like I said, my name's Denise. Thank you to all my returning viewers and thank you to all my new viewers. I've had quite a few over the last couple of weeks, and I've currently hit 1,800 subscribers, so I just want to say a big massive thank you to everybody. I might do a bit of a giveaway if we get to 2,000. I'm not saying when because I'm not sure that will happen, but we might get to 2,000 one day and I might do a little giveaway or something. Where places you can find me, I will put here. I think it's here actually. I'll put here. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram as _deardesigns_. I have my own website where I sell hand-dyed yarn, badges and stitch markers, which is dear-designs.co.uk. We have a Ravelry group for this podcast, and I don't say this hardly enough at all, but there is a Ravelry group. It is linked down below, and I have put a new thread in that Ravelry group. So if you are using my own hand-dyed yarns for at least 50% of your project, then please go and add them to that group. There will be a giveaway at the end, and I think I'm going to run it till the end of the year because there's not much of the end of the year left, and you can have multiple entries. So yeah, go and put your makes in there. Please come and say hello. There is an introduce yourself thread, and there is also a ask me anything thread. So if you've got any questions or anything, go there. I will have a look for next week and answer any questions. I want to make the Ravelry group. I know there was a big hoo-ha about Ravelry, but most of the people that I watch and that I speak to still use Ravelry. So if you still use Ravelry, then I would say come and join the group and let's get chatting in there and everything like that. I have my show notes here, so that is why I'm looking over, because I've got a lot to talk to you about today. So there's still yarn in the shop from Friday's update. There is still one skein left of the... Did I leave it out? One skein left of the Strictly yarn. I think I've put it away, but I will put a picture up here. So yeah, there's one 4-ply skein left if you are interested in that, and you're going to be doing Strictly socks this year. So let me quickly show you the finished objects that I have blocked. So a little while ago, so back in January, I started the Matoana wrap, and I knitted on it on and off for quite a while, and then I decided just to cast off because I thought I'd had enough, and that was that. You've seen it finished, but you haven't seen it blocked. Now, oh my goodness, I put this in the water and it just melted in the water and it just all opened up, and I've never had a project do that before, but it is absolutely gorgeous now. Like before it was all sort of rolled up, you couldn't really see it very well, but yeah, I had to fold it in half and block it because it is just huge. So yeah, these are all the colours. This was a advent from this was a 12-day advent from Pink Heart Yarns, and I didn't use all the colours just because I had had enough by the time I had finished knitting all of this. It was like a 38 row repeat, and yeah, I had just had enough. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you the whole thing in the screen. Let's sort of, so this is halved, as you can see. It's huge. I don't know how I would wear it, but it's quite nice sort of over shoulders. It's quite wide as well. So if you just wanted it sort of over your shoulders a little bit, you could wear it as like a proper wrap thing. If you obviously put it on properly, you could like double it over your shoulders. You could wear it as a normal scarf. I knitted this a lot longer than the actual pattern itself, and I didn't really follow the pattern as such, so it's really nice as just a normal scarf, to be honest. This is probably how I will wear it, or double it up, sort of how I would normally wear my scarves. So I do wear quite a few scarves like this. Obviously tighten it up as you want and whatnot. But yeah, so I am in love with this. I got to the stage where I hated knitting it. I really wasn't enjoying knitting it, and I just wanted to stop. And I think there is still possibly, let me count them actually. How many colours have I got in here? I don't strangle myself in the process. So this pink yarn was not part of the advent, because I thought from this colour to this colour was too much. Now this pink yarn was from my sock set from last Christmas that I dyed up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a little bit of 10. So I do have 2 yarns left. I think one is an orange and one, I don't know what I did with it, to be honest. One is an orange and one I think might be a green as well. I can't remember. But this is finished object number 1 and I absolutely love it. I will stop going on about it now. The next thing that I knitted was another, well, it was the paint pan cowl, and I got inspiration from my litmus cowl. I ordered yarn, or Ian bought me yarn for Christmas, which was the noodle soup yarns, gumball box thing, that you got 100 gram skein of yarn and 40 little gumballs, and this is what I knitted with it. So it didn't really need blocking as such, but I wanted to block it just to make sure that it was all okay. So this is the paint pan cowl. I have knit it completely different from the pattern. I haven't followed the pattern like the blocks or anything. I just did it off my own, out of my own head. As you can see here, my tension went a bit wonky donkey, because I was trying to use different methods of knitting in the round. Basically, I think I tried double points there, and it just wasn't working. So I think in the end I used a small cable and just knitted in the round. But yeah, I think it's turned out really nice, and it's very similar to my litmus cowl, and I will wear it the same way. So just like that. It's got all the colours in it. It's so lovely. Yeah, so that is that. Right. Ugh. Let's go on to my rotation. So I have stole the idea from Sharon, which is the lovely lady from Sqaures TNO podcast. I've been watching her for quite a while, and I have watched quite of her vlogs from before. Well, I've gone back and watched a few of her vlogs. I have stole the idea from Sharon, and I am absolutely loving all of my projects at the moment because of this. So day 1 is Love Note Day. So I have put my project bag in this organza bag just because it was easier, and let me take it out. This is just the leftover, not leftover, but the yarn that I've got. But I am very pleased to say that I have almost finished my love note. Last time you saw it, I was still working on the body. Bearing in mind, I have knit both sleeves, very shorter than the pattern, and I have knit the bottom band twice. I'll explain. So this is what it looks like. I'm so pleased with it so far. I have done it sort of a crop style. It's not super long. So yeah, it is a crop style. I've still got to pick up for the neck and knit the neck, and that is all I've got to do. And obviously block it and weave in all the ends. But this is a pattern by Tin Can Knits. I'm knitting it in King Cole Majestic. Yeah, I absolutely love it. You can see where the yarn was for when I picked up. I'm sure that, yeah. Obviously once it's blocked out it'll be okay. I have tried it on. It fits me perfectly. I'm hoping that with a little bit of blocking it will loosen up a little bit as well. So the saga of bottom band knitting twice. So I knitted the bottom band. It was fine. But I knitted it without changing to the smaller needles. I was like, oh damn, it should be okay, because it was quite loose anyway. So I thought, well, that's fine, I'll just carry on and I will pick up for the sleeves. Picked up for the sleeves, decided that I wanted sleeves that stop sort of here. I didn't want 3/4 length sleeves. So the sleeves that I've knit literally come just before the crook of my elbow, so that it doesn't fold up when, let me put it on. It's not going to look great over this t-shirt, but yeah, so the way that I've done it, I'm going to get covered in fluff as well now because I'm wearing black. The way that I've done it is so that if my arm bends, the actual sleeve ain't going to fold, because I do have, I think I knitted a cardigan a few years ago and the sleeve I knitted was a little bit too long, and it just would fold all the time and it would really drive me mad. So yeah, that is what this looks like. Can I stand up? Can I go back far enough? So yeah, it's not sort of full length, so my t-shirt is sort of full length, but I thought this would be nice with high-waisted something or other, maybe not leggings, but I'm really pleased with how it come out. But when I did the bottom band in the larger needles, it was puffing out quite a lot, so it looked like a little step, like a muffin top thing, if that's what you want to call it. It just looked really, really odd. So I knitted both sleeves and I was like, right, I'm gonna pull this back. So I undid the bottom ribbon and I re-knitted it on 4.5 needle, which is the requested needle for the ribbon, and I did that, which was fine. But what was the pain in the bum was I ran out of yarn. I did Judy's Magic Jenny's surprisingly the stretchy bind off anyway. And I ran out of yarn there and I just had to get to there, so I had to add some new yarn here to finish binding off, which was so annoying. But I thought it's quite a grippy yarn anyway. It's like when I was trying to unravel this, it was very grippy, so I thought, well, once I've weaved in the end it should be fine. So that is my love note and I love it. It's probably something that I will knit again, in a colour that I will probably wear with everything, so probably in a grey or a pink maybe, but yeah, I love it so much. And I was thinking I can always knit this again and do long sleeves, I can knit it and do 3/4 length sleeves, I can do what I want. I didn't decrease for my sleeves or anything. Oh, there was a bird that flew. I didn't decrease for my sleeves until I got to the cuff. And, well, in the pattern you don't decrease for the sleeves, but you decrease before you get to the ribbing. And I decreased, I knit, I can't remember now, I did write it on the pattern. I knitted 2 and then 2 together. That's how I did mine. It's not like that in the pattern, so I'm not really giving anything away. But that's how I did mine, because I didn't want it too tight and I didn't want it too loose. I just wanted it nice around my arm. So yeah, that is my love note. That is day 1. I told you this was going to be a long one. We're only on day 1. So yeah, that is living in here, and I've just got to do the neckband. So I'm hoping that by the time that the next day comes round, which is day 1, today we're on day 3. So yeah, I'm hoping that I will be able to get this finished by the next time you see it. I'm not sure, we'll just have to wait and see. Day 2 is socks. Now, you would have seen last week the socks that I made for Casey. They're behind me, but yeah, I am making socks for the boys. I have finished sock 1, and I am literally about to start the 2x2 rib for the heel on sock 2. Now, Casey said that these fit Mikey just as well as they fit Ollie, so I'm going to make them exactly the same. I'm just going to use a different colour for, so that's the colour I'm going to do for Mikey. Obviously this is now finished with. So yeah, I'm using Katia 100% U Tokyo in the colour, did we have a colourway on here? 85, it doesn't say, but it's like this. So yeah, I haven't really done a lot on these because I have started a different sock pattern. So yeah, that is my progress on these. And then you would have seen last week I picked out some yarn from Ep.1 Yarns, which unfortunately I can't find that she actually dyes yarn anymore, because I was going to look to see if I could get any more of this yarn in particular, but I can't see she dyes yarn anymore. I'm going to put my project bags in front of me. So I picked out this bag, which, thank you to the lovely person that told me that the popper is so I can put it round handles of a car or wherever I'm sitting. I didn't think of that, so thank you. But I put it in here just because it was small and dinky, and for a ball of yarn it was fine. So I am knitting the Becky Norman pattern, and it is called the I'm just going to show it to you. So it's this pattern here by Becky Norman, and the yarn that I picked out for this was this one from Ep.1 Yarns, like I said. It is stunning, I love it. It's called Acceptable in the 80s. Now, I cast on this yarn thinking it would be perfect for these socks because the yarn isn't too busy. Well, in the skein it didn't look that busy, and it would show up the pattern quite well. So this is how far I got. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't really see that lace pattern very well, and I was very what's the word? I was very dubious about carrying on because I wanted to see the pattern. If you watch and you are a regular viewer, you know that I only knit vanilla socks normally, or if I do a pattern it's very, very small because my socks are normally for on the go and simple round and round knitting. So I wanted a pattern that I could knit, it be special, and yeah, this wasn't going to work for me. So I've decided to stop this. I didn't want to rip it out because I wanted to show you what it was like. So sock day was yesterday, and I was like, I'm not knitting anymore on that. It's really not how I wanted it to come out. So then I pulled out some yarn that I was gifted quite a while ago. I think it was last year, which is this yarn, and I think Lisa purchased this for me. And I have got two skeins here. Let me show you the yarn first. So I have Lapiodite, I'm probably saying it really wrong, and Dambarite. So I think this was Dambarite. And I have, they're 50-gram skeins, and for some reason I skeined them up and they've just turned into a big fat mess. And this lovely pink. And I thought, and this is living in my Pickle Lily bag, and I thought it would be perfect for this sock. It would be quite vintage as well, because obviously the pink is quite a vintagey colour, and I have just sort of wrapped myself up in this. So in the pattern you do a, is it 2x2 twisted rib? I hate that. She does say you can do any cuff, heel and toe that you want, just follow for the pattern. So that is what I did, and last night I have completed 2 repeats of the pattern, and oh my goodness, my stitch marker's there. Let me show you that side instead. I love it. I absolutely love it. Me and Ian was watching White Gold on Netflix last night. It's like a program that is back in the 80s when the PVC window salespeople were going around, and the PVC windows was like a new thing, and it's a really good program. But I was knitting on this at the same time. I did muck up a couple of times. I'm not very good with lace, but there was a couple of times that I didn't have enough stitches, or I had too many stitches, but that was in the first repeat. So I think it sort of that is one repeat, and then the second repeat is there. And then on the side there's like a little pattern as well on the edges. That doesn't go down the foot, that just goes down the leg. So what I'm going to do is probably another 1 repeat of this. Do the heel in this lovely pink yarn and the toe in this lovely pink yarn. Weigh how much grey that I've got left over, because it's only 50-gram. Weigh how much of this I've got left over, and if there isn't enough, then what I'll do is alternate the second one. So do the cuff, the heel and the toe in the grey, and the rest of the sock in pink. But oh, this yarn is just, it is so lovely. The needles that I'm using are just Knit Pro Symphonies. I've just dropped the ball on the floor, excuse the top of my head, but it is so lovely and it's so soft. Yeah, but the needles as I was saying, the needles that I'm using are Knit Pro Symphonies fixed. This was a set that I've got as a spare, because obviously my other needles were attached to this. So I will rip this back, and I will probably knit socks with it, because I wanted to try and get another couple of skeins to, there's a really nice top. I think it's called the Confetti Top on Ravelry, and that is like top down with a little bit of like chevron lace pattern, and it's like a crop top as well, and I thought that would look really nice. It's very similar to the yarn it's actually knit up in, but yeah, so that is very bright and lovely, but not for this pattern. But this plain yarn, now I've never knit socks in plain yarn either, so this sock is all very new for me. I absolutely love it. So that is that. I'm going to stop going on about that now because I'm just going to be repeating myself. So yeah, one more pattern repeat of that. Becky Norman was doing a like a sale because she's just recently had a hip operation, and she did a, like a 50% off sale. So I got this pattern, and I got another one of her lacy sock pattern. Well, not lacy. Another one of her sock patterns as well. So I have got more plain yarn up there, so we'll see how it comes out. But yeah, you can see that the lace pattern, how can I show you this without with seeing what I'm showing as well? So that only goes along there, it doesn't go along the foot. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that, and it is going to be a pattern that I can only work on when I'm sat down. So also at the moment I'm using a app on my iPad called Knit Companion, and that literally it links to your Ravelry. It's brilliant. You can link it to your Ravelry, so any patterns that you've purchased, or you can like insert pictures if you've downloaded a pattern from another website or whatever, but it comes up with like a line. So when you've got a chart like this one is, all you have to do is put the highlighted line on the chart row that you're doing, and you just follow it from there. It's really good, and I have followed the chart for this instead of the written instructions. Yeah, and I quite like following the chart instead of the written instructions, so yeah. Then day 3 is my Cozy Memories blanket, which is today. I haven't done any on it today, but I have added some extra squares, so I will show you it sort of upside down. It's growing, but it's not growing very fast. So today I will be working on it on this. So the couple of squares that I added were this lovely yarn that I gave away as minis, and it's come out so lovely. It's so pretty. And then I added this one, which was my Colourpop colourway that I dyed up last year. And then I think I did this one too, I can't remember now. But what I might do is every square that I do, I might just put a stitch marker on so that I know what ones to show you and what not to show you. Did I add this one last week? Can't remember. I knitted my hat from this yarn, and then a Cadbury's cream egg that I dyed up at Easter. Yeah, so what I might do is just get some stitch markers out, because I can knit probably... My camera was telling me, you've gone on for too long. So yeah, I can probably knit like 2 or 3. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is just all yarn scraps. I'm using commercial, I'm using hand dyed, and I'm using a 2.75 double point needles for these because it's just easier. And I am casting on 25 stitches for each side, and then obviously one for the middle for my decreases, not increasing, decreases. The bag has still got quite a lot of yarn in it, so I've still got quite a bit to be getting on with. Oh, I don't know how well you're going to see this, but yeah, there's still quite a bit of yarn in there that I can probably get through today. Hopefully I'll get 2 or 3 done today, and then yeah, that is that. Really enjoying knitting on that as well. But yeah, so that is day 3. Day 4 was Flamingo Day. That might give you a bit of a hint that I have finished my flamingo jumper. I just need to weave in the millions of ends. So I have finished this. I have taken some pictures, so I will put some pictures in. This is full length. It's quite long in the body. I did quite a long cuff or bottom band, and yeah, I am so pleased with it. I have tried it on, like I said, and it is, I've still got the yarn here where I picked up the sleeve, so excuse that. This one's puckered a little bit, I don't know why. But yeah, I have got that in there still because I need to sew in all the ends, and as you can see, I've got quite a few ends to weave in, and then the ends for obviously adding the grey balls in as and when I needed to. I don't know whether to actually wash and block this or just wear it, because I might just wear it, because I'm thinking that I don't want it to grow too big and then me not wear it at all. So if I can get at least a couple of wears out of it to start off with, I might be more happier with it. But like I say, it does fit, it's just a little bit too big. This is a drops pattern from the Simply Knitting magazine, which is here, that has seen better days because I've been knitting on this since February. So this is a drops pattern. I don't think there's like a number or anything. It's called Flamingo Go. Well, that is what Simply Knitting has called it. As you can tell, these pages have seen better days. I've even wrote in it in my own pen because I just couldn't be bothered. It's issue number 186, which is 2019. Doesn't give me a month or anything, but 186, and it's got this on the front if you're interested. Would I knit this jumper again? Yes, I probably would, but I would change one thing, and that is, oh sorry, I would change two things. One of those things is the size. The second thing is knitting 3-colour colour work. Now, I only had to do it for one row. One row. And I hated every second of it. So where the eyes are in the flamingo, the blue eyes, it was 3-colour colour work. So I think if I ever do knit this again, which I probably won't, or if there is anything that is 3-colour stranded colour work and it's like literally one stitch, I think in future I will probably just darn it afterwards. But I love it. It's nice and warm. It's all in double knit. I love it. I don't really have much else to say. But yeah, like I said, there is pictures, and I will show you the pictures of it. So I just need to weave in all the ends. So I probably will decide to do that one evening when I feel like I don't want to knit on anything else, which hopefully will be this week, because I do just want to get it done and dusted. So I finished, this was day 4. On day 5 of my rotation, I don't currently have a project, and I have been knitting on something that I just feel like knitting on because I want to do a little bit extra. So I actually finished this on day 5 of my rotation, and I think all I had to do was a little bit of the sleeve and the cuff, and I was like, well, I can get that done today and then I can cast something else on, which I did. So for day 5, this week only, because it will go into day 4, which will be my garment day. I might call it my garment day, even though I've got the love note, or I've still got the love note on the go. Anyway, in this bag that was holding the flamingo jumper is now holding a different project, which is this. I will show you. Did I print the picture? That's the other thing. Did I print the picture? Oh, I did. So this is by Sqaures. It's Cosy Chunky. I don't know how well you'll see that picture just because of the light. Yeah, so that is what it looks like. I have knitted a jumper in this yarn before. It was gifted to me by, it was quite a while ago now. I think it might have been Heather or Pearl. I think Pearl sent me this yarn. And it is, let me get one with a ball band if I don't rip it. So I have 5 balls of this. This is what the pattern asked for. She sent me 10 balls and I've knitted a jumper with 5 of them. Or was it 12 balls she sent me? Can't remember. I've got 5 left over. So it's this yarn here, Sqaures Cosy. It's a super chunky, I think. Oh, chunky. And it's lovely. It's so soft. What is it? Is it 100% acrylic? Oh, it can't be, can it? Well, are you ready for this? It is 59% acrylic, 15% metallic polyester, 14% alpaca, and 12% polyamide. There's 213 meters per 100 gram. Machine washable at 30. You can put it in the tumble dryer, and you may dry clean it. Anyway, so I have 5 of these, and this is how much I've into my first one. Not a lot really, and this is how much I've got of the actual garment itself. Now I've put the stitch marker on to show me what the front was, so just a little thing. But this is in moss stitch, yes, and I'm glad I'm only doing this 1 day a week. I wanted to use this yarn up because it is beautiful yarn. It's so warm. That is the main reason why I wanted another jumper out of it. It's so warm. The jumper that I've knitted is humongous. Can you see a pattern here? Yeah, it's huge. So I wanted something that would fit me and still be warm, and I could wear it as a jumper with my coat on, if that makes sense. But as you can see, it's moss stitch. I'm going to move my stitch marker up because I won't get this finished, I don't think, by next time. So I'll move that up. I'm using some needles that I got from Lidl or Aldi, however you want to call it. I think they were Lidl actually. I think it was Lidl. But to be honest, this is knitting up really lovely, even though it's moss stitch. It's on 8mm needles. The rib was in 7mm, and then you go up to 8mm for the body. Again, I'm thinking it's going to be huge on me because I've got tension. I've got the right amount of stitches per inches, and the size that I'm knitting is the largest. Oh, I keep dropping things. Is the largest, which is 48 to 50 inch. My bust is about a 49 inch. So I'm knitting like the right size. I just don't want to rip it back, and because I don't think I'll be able to rip this back anyway. But I have put it up against my body and thinking, well, if it's going to be a jumper, I don't want it too small, do I? And it's such a cozy yarn that the other jumper that I've got is too big for me. I have put it up against my Flamingo jumper and it's smaller, so that's the main thing. But yeah, I'm really loving this, and I'm glad I've cast it on, and I'm really glad that it's actually moss stitch because it's giving a really nice effect. I was thinking, oh my god, it's moss stitch. I might just do it in stocking stitch. Yeah, knit stitch. And the other thing, you've probably realised already, or probably not, I don't like sewing pieces together. This is knitted in pieces, but because it is such a fluffy yarn, you're not going to see where I where I sew the pieces together. So I'm just gonna whip stitch it together instead of mattress stitch or anything, so it should be fine. and I really want the garment. That is why I'm knitting this, because I want the garment. And it's got a nice lace panel on the front as well, so yeah, it'll give it a bit of interest. So I might knit one, oh, this is the back, I might knit the back, then I might knit a sleeve, then I might go back to the front. Who knows? The thing is, I can't do two at once. I can do both sleeves at once, but I can't do two things at once because I've only got one set of 8mm needles. Anyway, that's living in this bag. Also, the fluff comes off everywhere. So this is was day 5, which will be moving to day 4 because my Flamingo jumper is done. I was thinking of just having a 4-day rotation, but I like the way that the 5-day is giving me a little bit of flexibility with it, where if I've nearly finished something during the week, on day 5 I can think, oh, I can just finish that and get it done. So yeah, I don't know, I might cast on something new. I have got a couple of things that I might cast on over this next week. One of them is a test knit for someone that I don't know where my phone is, so I can't show you, but I will show you that when and if it comes about. And the other thing is, so that's all my days done. The other thing is I dyed yarn, and I did put it on Instagram because I wasn't sure what and how to do it. Is the Sqaures by Stephen West. You might be saying I'm mad. I'm really sorry if it's really glary from this side. I'm by the window. You might be saying I'm mad, which yeah, I probably am. But I have dyed up some yarn for the Sqaures shawl. I don't know 100% if I'm doing it yet. So I think when it comes out, I will be away. I haven't announced this yet, but I'm going to see my mum in October. So these are my colours. Now, I already had the red, and I already had the yellow and the green. So I had these colours already, and I was like, what would go with that to make sure that I could have a dark, a light, and some in-betweenies. The red one's on the floor. Everything is just slipping out of my hand or falling on the floor. So I had these already, so they're like traffic light colours, and I thought, well, that's quite nice actually, but to go with that, a blue would look really nice as well. And then I thought, well, I need a light or a dark, and I dyed up this skein of yarn, which is actually, should be grey, but it's come out more like a navy colour, and I dyed up a really light grey similar to this colour, and I wasn't sure, so I put a poll on Instagram, and majority of people said for the dark grey. That's what I have got together so far. So if I do decide to actually make it, these are the colourways, these are the colours that I'm deciding or planning on knitting it with. So that might be my day 5, is the Stephen West shawl. It's called the Sqaures. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we shall see. Like I said, I will be away when this starts, so I'm not gonna skein the yarn up and take it with me. I'm going to see how the first section comes out before I start it, because I like Stephen West shawls, but there are some that I'm not that keen on. I really like last year's knit along, I can't remember what it was called now, but the last year's one. I really like that, and I wish I did do it, but I didn't. So yeah, this is my Sqaures colourway, maybe. That's that. I'm not 100% sure, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I have, like I said, booked to go and see my mum in October. Me and Ian are going. Casey's currently out there at the moment with the boys. and she comes back next Monday, so a week's time. But yeah, we're going for 11 days and I'm really looking forward to it. We're going beginning of October for 11 days. So the weather shouldn't be too hot and it shouldn't be too cold. It should be sort of in the middle. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm going to have to plan what projects I want to take with me, and it'll probably be socks, to be honest, because when I was there before, I knitted on nothing but socks and a little bit of my hat. So, but it depends on what projects I've got on the go at the time, and I will probably come out of rotation for that anyway. What else has happened this week? Not really that much. What else is happening this week? Not a lot. I'm going to a barbecue next weekend. It's our nephew's birthday tomorrow. Yeah, that's about it. But if anything happens, I'll let you know next week. Also, I'm going to share some podcasts that I'm watching. One of them is Sharon. I have mentioned her twice now. So Sharon from the Sqaures TNO podcast. I really enjoy her videos. I'm also watching Mandy from Mousie's Makes. I will link everyone down below, and I will try and tag them if I can tag them. She also does a Zoom on Thursday morning at 11 o'clock, and she says everyone is welcome. So go and check out her channel and come and join the Zoom. I joined it last week, or Thursday just gone. It was really good. So come and join that. The next one is not Yarny, I'm afraid, but it's someone that I enjoy watching, and that is Kirsten Thornton. She currently now lives in Spain, and she lives probably about no more than an hour away from my mum, and I've commented on her videos and things like that, and she vlogs her life in Spain basically. A lot goes on. Hell of a lot goes on, so go check her channel out as well. I will link it down below. I don't think I'll be able to tag her. She's got less than 1,000 subscribers, and she literally did, or she started her channel just to do vlogs for her family and that, and then she went into the organising, and then she does plus size fashion as well. So yeah, go have a look at those three ladies. Every week I will be sharing the love, I might call it, sharing the love. And if you've got a channel that I don't watch, because there's so many people that I don't even realise that have got channels, or do videos or anything, tag yourself down below. If you know people that do videos that you think I might be interested in, then tag them down below and I can share them as well. And I think that is pretty much it for today. Sorry it's been sort of a long one. I'm going to sit and edit and knit once I've stopped rambling on at you. I was going to talk about the book that I'm reading, but I've left it in the bedroom. So yeah, I have started reading one of the books that I got. It's called, I can't remember. I can't remember. I will talk about it next week. I think the chapters are really short. They're like three to 5 pages long each chapter. So I quite like that, because then I can just read a little bit of it overnight. So it might take me a little while to get through this book, but it's not too bad. My battery light is now flashing at me, so I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go and check out the Ravelry group. Come and check out my Instagram as well. I have spits and spurts of when I post on there and stories and things, so yeah, come and join us, and let's get a little bit more chatty on there. So anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye for now.